Hey everybody, and thanks for listening to 15 Minutes With. This is Joe Tommaso. If you like this show and you want to see it continue or you want to see it to get better, please donate to paypal.me/Joe Tommaso. That is paypal.me/JoeTomaso. Again, that's paypal.me/JoeTomaso. If you have any comments, suggestions, or if there's somebody you would like us to interview, please let us know. Contact us at insidetherazorwire@gmail.com. Again, that email is insidetherazorwire@gmail.com, or you can snail mail us at P.O. Box 162, West Haven, Connecticut 06516. Again, that P.O. Box is P.O. Box 162, West Haven, Connecticut 06516. In this episode of 15 Minutes With, we're going to be speaking to Stephen Hayes again. Stephen Hayes is a Connecticut inmate who is known for being part of the Cheshire home invasions back in 2007. Both him and his partner, Josh Komisarjevsky, were moved out of the state of Connecticut to the state of Pennsylvania because they were both deemed to be security risk. And I guess the state of Connecticut felt they had targets on their back. So they moved them out of state to Pennsylvania. Hayes contacted us because on January the 2nd, 2020, there was an incident at SCI Greene where one guard was assaulted. He was stabbed several times, and another guard was also assaulted. He was hit with a lock and a sock. The jail was then placed, or the prison, I should say, was placed on a lockdown status. Everybody was confined to their cells, and the next day, SORT teams from across the state descended on the facility, and there was a major jail-wide or prison-wide shakedown. Hayes is going to tell you, like he told us in this story, that his cell was targeted because of him being transgender. They apparently went through his cell as they did several others. Only difference with Hayes is he states that clothing items as well as commissary items, etc., were pretty much destroyed, and he was made fun at for being transgender, etc. So that being given, let me turn the mic over to Mr. Hayes.
This is a prepaid collect call from
Stephen?
an inmate at SCI Greene.
This is a call from
Pennsylvania State Correctional Institution, Greene.
This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
To accept charges, press 1. To refuse charges, press 2. If you would like to permanently block your number from receiving calls from this facility, press 6. For balance and thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hello?
Hey, good afternoon. So today is the 12th of January, and I'm speaking to Steve Hayes. Steve is currently housed at SCI Greene in Waynesburg, Pennsylvania. Steve, today we're going to be talking about an incident, actually a couple of incidents that took place at the institution. So do you want to start off by telling everybody what occurred as far as with the guards first, or?
Okay, yeah, I mean, it's been on the news, and it's unfortunately, it's something that does happen in prison. On January 2nd, near dinner time at night, an officer was severely assaulted. He was stabbed, I believe, up to 30 times. They had to airlift him out.
Okay, and just so you know, I actually did look up the story. There were actually 2 corrections officers that were injured, and one of them was indeed stabbed. Now, the institution was put on a lockdown, and my understanding is they also conducted a sweep or shakedown of the entire facility.
Yes, that's actually standard procedure. And what they do is they have the CERT team come in. Those are officers from various facilities. They come in and they shake down looking for weapons and stuff. However, that's not exactly what happened with respect to me.
Okay.
Different facilities were here, and on the day in question of the shakedown, when the officers came into the block, you had a facilities, including SCI Greene CERT team. They had started at 32 cell and got down to, I think, around 27. I'm in 24.
Mm-hmm.
And two of the officers, one specifically that I had problems with before about my gender, he had made comments before,
Mm-hmm.
skipped a couple cells and went directly to mine. They went into the cell and they targeted everything transgender. They were showing my panties and my bras, calling officers over there,
Mm-hmm.
which was really, a little embarrassing. They had cut up panties and bras and threw them on the tier. They broke all my makeup. Wrote fag with my makeup on the desk. I had transgender books.
Mm-hmm.
They poured clear coat over, destroying several books. Thousands of pages of legal paperwork, because I help out people with their cases, were thrown all over the cell. Stuff was poured on them. I lost over $50 in cosmetics, toiletries, soap, shampoo, lotion was poured all over everything. Shampoo was
This is a
poured
call
in my...
from Pennsylvania State Correctional Institution, Greene.
This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
Shampoo was poured in my coffee. They destroyed a lot of stuff. It took me 17 hours to put everything back together.
So you're saying they actually, they basically targeted you, and these were not other officers from different institutions. These were officers that were already working at Greene that you've had.
And like I said, one of them I did have a problem with regarding, comments about my being transgender. And I actually wrote a PREA grievance, and I got it back yesterday. They rejected it. They won't accept it, even though I'm making a formal complaint. And I'm not sure if it's just because that's what they do here. They cover each other, or they just really don't know what a PREA complaint is. I actually talked to a lieutenant this morning who agreed it should be refiled, and I actually talked to a lieutenant on Friday because they had taken my TV, and I had gone up to get it back, and this was the old PREA lieutenant.
Mm-hmm.
And he was actually expecting it to be forwarded to him because we actually talked about, whether I should sue it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And, so even the PREA lieutenant agreed it was a PREA complaint, yet the grievance staff, they rejected it. So at this point, I really don't know what to do. I mean, it really, and this is the message for the individuals that are out there in my community, the transgender community.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us were addicts, we're alcoholics. A lot of us do, minor crimes to.
This is a call from Pennsylvania State Correctional Institution, Greene.
This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
Defeat our addiction.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter what you're here for.
Mm-hmm.
This population, the transgender population here, specifically,
Mm-hmm.
as much as the LGBT population, we're targets everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
especially in prison, and even worse in certain prisons.
Let me ask you. I mean, you filed the PREA agreement, the PREA grievance rather, and they shot it down. So it's apparent if the PREA lieutenant didn't get it, that the complaint didn't go through normal channels either.
No. Like I said, I did it formally because this has got to stop, and it was blocked before it even got anywhere. It's kind of what they do here. You have a lot of relations here, a lot of family members, and they do everything they can to cover for each other.
Now, what people don't realize is where you are in Waynesburg. I guess that's pretty close to the Virginia border, or is it West Virginia border? Which?
West Virginia border.
Okay, so it's like a couple minutes away from the West Virginia border. So some of these officers actually cross over from West Virginia to come to work at the institution. They're not actually Pennsylvania residents. So, and from talking to you in the past, that area has a different mindset than...
Oh, very much. Very, very much.
Okay, so, I mean, let me ask you, when all this happened, what were your feelings, and then also, I know you were targeted, and I know you had to have feelings about stuff. Now, in addition to what your feelings were, what was your reaction? Like, did you have any type of depression? Was there any reaction from you? I guess I'm looking to see.
All right. Well, first, my reaction to the officer, it was something that was going to happen, because there's a small population of staff here that they act very, I guess the word is petty, and they antagonize people and they push them, and that's, from what I understand, that's exactly what happened here. And what happened to me is just along the same lines. Mm-hmm. And originally, when I went to the cell, the first 4 hours, I cried. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was a wreck, and I almost took a razor and cut my throat right there, mm-hmm. just because then they would have came in and seen, and but then it was like, I know they're just going to cover this up, and the only way to fight this is just to be here to fight it. Mm-hmm. And it was a struggle because the more I went through stuff, the more I just realized that this was a hate crime. And when I was in Connecticut, I went through a lot of similar stuff. And there I was like, I fought it, but I mean, I kind of felt like I deserved it. I'm in jail for a crime in which a lot of people thought I did stuff that I did. Mm-hmm. Still, I was there. I was responsible for being there. And so I kind of felt like I deserved some of that treatment. Mm-hmm. With what happened here, it's completely different. I was targeted simply because of being a transgender. And
right. So what you're saying is, in Connecticut, anything that happened here, it was because of the actual crime, but the people in Pennsylvania, aren't looking at your crime; they're looking at you as a person.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some minor issues with the whole crime thing, but when I show my transcripts and the paperwork, I mean, people kind of understand.
Now, by people understanding, you're talking about inmates, you're talking about corrections staff. Who are you talking about?
I've sat down with both inmates and staff.
Okay.
This is something completely different. To be hated specifically because of what somebody sees without knowing you, it's just it's hard, and but this is prison life. I mean, this is where I have to spend my life because of the decisions I made. Mm-hmm. So this also has, like I said, it has a message for the people that are out there that think, oh, this can't happen to me, because that's what I never thought this would happen to me.
Well, the other thing I was going to ask you is, when we were talking about, you being targeted, by staff, etc. I mean, you think they were looking to get some kind of a reaction out of you, and if so, what kind of reaction you think they were looking for?
They were just looking to get personal satisfaction, because when they were done, they just left me sitting there, and other people, everybody else was put back in their cell but me. The block officer, she didn't know what to do, and she was like, I don't even know why you're still sitting there. And the block sergeant was eventually like, put him back in the cell. I mean, why did they put him back? Mm-hmm. And
so you were basically made I guess the words example are wrong, but you were basically, they were trying to intimidate you.
Yeah. I mean, and just to be fair, there were other cells that got targeted for other reasons. Mm-hmm. But some of the people that I know that got targeted, I know why they got. They had done something.
And when you say they were targeted because of the other institutions that were there, were they targeted from people from the other institutions, or was this 100% SCI Greene staff?
Yeah, no, there were different staff, and there were some staff that carried their grudge from another institution. I mean, it's what happens in prison. I mean, it's what's here. And my big takeaway from this is the upper administration, they create an environment here by not holding staff accountable that makes it dangerous for both staff and prisoners. I've never seen a place run like this place does.
The other thing that I don't know, if you're aware of, I actually have another individual that runs a YouTube channel that deals with prison families, and her and I actually spoke about what happened at the institution. And she basically told me that one of the prison wives she deals with, her husband is actually at your facility, and that the guards that were targeted in there actually did similar to what you're telling me happened to you. They were basically intimidating certain inmates and targeting them. And finally, the inmates that reacted, they finally reacted. This wasn't just happened to be some corrections officer walking down a tear that was assaulted just because. This was a targeted, the corrections officer, especially when it was stabbed, it was a targeted incident. So, I mean,
I heard the same thing. That's exactly what I was told, and that's why I was trying to make that point, because it's an uncontrolled environment. And I've been in facilities where upper administration, doesn't allow that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Act a safer environment.
We're actually almost out of time. What are you gonna do about this with the PREA grievance being tossed out? What are your intentions? What are you gonna do now?
At this point, I don't know. I'm actually debating about calling the PREA hotline.
You have 1 minute left.
I'll probably call my attorney on Monday and get her advice. I mean, something's got to happen, because like I said, it's tough, and I know a lot of people out there are going to be like, so what, because of who I am, but like I said, it's not just me. This happens to a lot of people. And,
right.
Like I said, it's about safety for all. But like I said, the message that I really want to get out there is to the people that haven't come in here yet.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get the help before you get here, because it's now too late for me. It's too late for the Pettit family. The damage is done and can never be repaired.
Right. So you're saying that, if somebody needs help, they need to get it now.
Absolutely. I mean, there is help out there. It's just sometimes...
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to 15 Minutes With. I hope you've enjoyed this edition. If you have enjoyed this edition of 15 Minutes With, please hit the like and the subscribe button. You can also help me keep this show going and watch it get better by donating to paypal.me/Joe Tomaso. That address again is paypal.me/JoeTomaso. 15 Minutes With is constantly looking for new content to upload and new people to interview. If you would like to share your story, or if there's someone you would like to see us interview, please email us at insidetherazorwire@gmail.com. That email address again is insidetherazorwire@gmail.com. Last but not least, again, if you like to support this channel, please subscribe and hit the like button. Until next time, we'll be seeing you